Hey guys, welcome back to Princess Connect. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the hard mode shard farming, what shards you might want to farm. I'm going to put up a cheat sheet of basically my daily farming priorities, which may not apply directly to everyone, but I'll do my best to go through all the different characters and the reason for my priority on them. So let's get into it. Okay, so couple disclaimers before I pop my cheat sheet up. This is my personal list based on my priorities in the game. I'll try and explain it best, but if someone's coming in the game completely blind, I feel like they can just copy this for the first, little bit until they get a feel for what they really want to do, and it's not going to end up horribly for you. Number two, this is for the units up to chapter 8. I will update it once we get past there, and this is based on some knowledge of JP version and what units get better later on in the game as well. And this could change. My priority on these could change depending if they change the pacing of global to what JP did. So there's a few variables in this that could change it up and change my personal priorities. And if that does happen, I will update the list. And the last thing is that I like to try and prioritize the hard mode as much as possible to get those shards, to sort of work on them in the long-term scheme of things to get those characters done. And like I said, when I talked about, looking forward, if some of these other characters, get a 6-star on JP or, a UE, a unique equipment that comes later on that makes them busted, I'll probably shift a little bit of priority into them. But this is just for the way the game is at the moment on the 22nd of January 2021. Disclaimers out of the way. Let's jump into the list. So here is my list. So basic explanation of it. You've got the 3 sections: everyday, stamina permitting, and then if it's your waifu. Now, everyday ones, and the priority is in each section is left to right, except the is it your waifu, the 3 on the left are higher priority, and then all the others are like in a jumbled bunch. Anyway, what I like to do is the everyday ones, they're the ones where if I've been silly and I've burnt my all my 40 stamina refills and I'm jumping into 60s, and maybe I've had a big day and I've gone to 60, these are the ones that I may go up to 100. Basically, I will definitely refill for 60 to get these guys, maybe even up to the 100. I just got to try not to be stupid. So the everyday ones, they're the ones at the start of the day that I'm like, I'm going to do those as my first priority with my stamina, and then we can assess the rest of the situation. So I like to punch those out no matter what every day. The stamina permitting category is ones that I really want to get and do every day. However, they're not as important to me. And if, I've decided to push campaign or something, I'm not going to go to those 60 or 100 gem refills, jewel refills to get them. Depending on how much of a whale you are, you might just do it anyway. And then if it's your waifu, the 3 on the left there are the ones that I feel like are in higher priority. They were like borderline getting bumped up to stamina permitting. And then the others are just ones that I'm really not personally stressed about. Some of you might change these priorities. For instance, Ninon, which is in the stamina permitting, a lot of people may put her down. So I'll try my best to explain all my list as we go, and we'll look through all the maps as we go as well. So jumping into it. Chapter 1, Kokoro, basically she's a really key campaign unit, and as they unlock more campaign in the game, I'm going to have her probably part of my core team. So I want to get her at least to 3-star in the early game. Getting her to 2-star is really nice as well. So she's going to sit at that high priority the whole time. The other 2, they really don't do too much for me at all. So maybe if they get a buff later on in JP, they might get it. But that is chapter 1. That's pretty much all there is. Next one is Ree. Now, Ree is one of those ones that I've got in stamina permitting. Now, she becomes amazing at 6-star. If like I said, the speed of global outpaces that of JP, she would get bumped up. But because it seems so far away in terms of when JP was launched to when she got to 6-star, I feel like I can focus on the other units first and then shift towards her. But because I am still really excited about her and the possibilities of her, she's up pretty high on that stamina permitting list, and that's why she is there. Next up, we have Yui. Now, Yui is here because, once again, she's really just good in the early game, so you really want to get her to 2-star anyway. I feel like that's vital for everyone. And basically, as we move on, kind of like Kokoro, she becomes really good. The AoE heals just start to scale better as the game goes on. So for campaign and PvE type uses, I just think she's going to be fantastic. Got that defense buff, all the good stuff. So she is going to be an everyday farmer for me. And then Saren, the next one. Now, Saren gets better later on in the game, but I just like her as a unit in general. So I'm going to set her as a priority for me. Just basically because I like the idea of her lower health, higher damage. I want to test her in PvP personally, like at this stage of the game. So I'm going to be farming her to get her shards, but that's why she's number one on my priority list as well, because I'm excited about that type of thing. For you, if you're not too excited about the way she is now, but she's going to be good later, you could drop her down in your priorities. But she's number one for me. Plus, she's a 3-star. There's something in my mind about getting 3 stars earlier that just, I don't know, feels good. So that is Saren. Next up, we have Peko. Peko, basically, if you don't have another tank, and Peko is your main tank, she should be in your everyday priority to at least get to 2-star. She becomes a good tank later on in the game at 6-star, all that stuff. So I've got good tanks, so I don't have her as a high priority. Like I said, if you don't have great tanks, she may be a higher priority for you. Next up, Lima. Now, Lima is in that every day because I'm excited about Lima for PvP. The thing I like about PvP is that we do have the Reno team, which involves the Lima grouping everyone up. And Reno is a cool team because you can make a full Princess Arena team for one of your 3 teams with Reno that count as mages, and all it takes is that 1 3-star in Reno, and the rest can be 2 and 1-star. So I want to get Lima stacked up, and because she is going to be the tank in that team, I want her to survive, so I'm going to be farming her shards for days. Next up, Carrot Chick could have some viability for some people, but I'm not too excited about her, and I'm just not feeling it. So she gets left out. Then we have Kokoro again, same as usual. Then we have, I always forget this, it starts with M, her name. What's her name? Misaki. Now, she's kind of okay. Some people rate her mages, but not really for me. So she doesn't make the cut. If you look at her and you like her, go nuts. Next one, Ninon. Now, Ninon is, for me, one of those ones, she could definitely be put into the if it's your waifu range. For me though, what I like about her is I'm going to farm her shards. If I manage to pull a copy of her and then I can have enough shards to go 4-star at that stage whenever I do pull her, then I can look at her in a PvP sense, because she's kind of like Reno. She does have a PvP team. She does require another 3-star, but like, she's just one of those ones where it's like the viability. It's like, I'd rather just farm it and have the option if I do pull another copy of her to get her ranked up. And that's why she's there. For some people, you may just drop her into the if it's your waifu category. But for me, you know, I'm looking at PvP a bit, so I want to kind of look at her. I feel like she drops off, but she's going to be one that I farm anyway. So that's my reasoning for her, but definitely you could drop her down, and that is why she is at the bottom of my stamina permitting list. So, you know, I get through the other 3, then her, it's like whatever. So moving on, Belchick, we've already covered her, not too much. If you kind of later game, she gets okay for PvP, but at this stage, I'm not too interested. Shiori, she's my number 2 priority. Really good single target damage dealer. Going to be really good for clan battles and stuff like that. I just like her. I like the whole idea of, you know, attack buff, and she can recycle whilst having the attack buff. Is she TP boosts enough? I really do like her. I feel like she scales better later in the game, whereas at the early game, because of the guaranteed crits, we do have Suzuna that shines, but she, I feel like, takes over later on, and she's going to be really good in the clan battles, so that's why she gets number 2 priority on my list. Yui again, Cow Chick, yeah, up to you. Not my style. Then we have Shizuru. Now, Shizuru is one that some people may not like as much. I just really like Shizuru, and I just like the ideas of trying to build some more tanky PvP teams that aren't fully meta around her and stuff like that. The defense buff's nice, the heal's nice, just a good all-round character. I already have a copy of her, so, you know, getting those shards and upgrading her will be nice. So she is in one of those everyday farms. And then we go back into Peko, another one. So now we have Eriko. Now, she is one of those ones that I know she is a lot of people's waifu, but she's actually pretty decent. She just didn't make my list, but she's on the left down there in if it's your waifu, because if you decide that you want to use her and make her work, I feel like she's one that more people would look at. Same with Shinobu. Now, Shinobu is one that I haven't tested much. I don't know too much about, but I'm just intrigued by her. So she's one of those ones where maybe the odd time, like if I don't know, just feel like it, I might start farming her shards just to have a play with her. So she's one of those ones, it's sort of borderline as well. Next up, we have another reshard farming, which is in my stamina permitting again. And then we have Yuki. Now, Yuki, the reason I'm going for Yuki is a PvP reason. When I spoke about the Reno team and why I'm going for Lima, Yuki is involved in that Reno team for the TP boost. And like I said, I want to eventually make that as one of my Princess Arena teams. So I'm trying to stack up that team as I can. She basically has a blind for the second enemy in line and also a TP boost for the ally with the highest TP. And you can boost Reno's TP with Yukari. Get her up there. I'll do a video on that team because it's a pretty cool team, but it's only good against mages, so it's a Princess Arena only team. It sucks for climbing in Battle Arena, but she is that's the reason she's in there for me. If you're not too focused on PvP, like I said, some of your options here may change, but that is that one. And then finally, at the end, we have, what's her name? Akari? Is it Akino? Akino, that's it. Akino. She's trash. I really don't like her. That's my personal opinion. If you like her, go nuts. But I just do not like her at all. And I will not be farming for her. So that pretty much covers all of them. Like I said, this is my list. I'm a little bit PvP focused, so if you're not stressed on PvP, your list could change. If you're more clan battle focused, it might change a little bit, but that's just a rough idea of the things to look at. Like I said, I feel like every person's going to be different with their priorities for this stuff because it really depends on you as a person and what you want to focus on. Hopefully I explained all my choices there pretty well so you guys understand. And if you're like, okay, he's picking Lima and Yuki for that Reno bomb team because he wants to use that as a PvP team, and you're like, I'm not too interested, you might drop them off. However, keep in mind, Lima's just pretty good in general for grouping enemies up for a lot of teams, so, you know, Yuki's that one. But if you're like, okay, I think they're going to progress global faster than JP, maybe you creep Rhea up on your priority because she gets really nice at 6-star. Just different things like that. But hopefully this is a good rough idea of how you can get started. And as you play the game more, you'll get more of an idea of what you want to build, and you can change it up from there. Just trying to give a basic starting point. Who knows? I may even change this a little bit tomorrow in my mind. But it's just good for me going every day. I go in, start of the day, stamina. Okay, these everyday ones I'm doing. Then I'll do my campaign and whatever I want to do. And then I'll be like, okay, I should probably get my other ones done if I feel like I'm stuck in campaign and stuff like that. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Let me know what you think. What would you change on the list? Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.